It all feels so right. Just, I'm so grateful that you are in my life. And I swear you are magic. You are like an alchemist. Everything you touch turns to gold. And so here we are, committing our lives to each other, about to start our own family. And I know that that's going to be golden too. I also know there are going to be good times, and there are going to be bad times. Tess, I promise you that I am going to be right at your side, holding your hand through it all. Just like now. Because when we are together, there is nothing that we can't do. And I know it's a different love. And I am yours. Today, tomorrow, and forever. Keep me holding on. And I know we only get better. 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 Love can terrify. I never thought I would be here because I had given up on love and everything that comes with it. But you poked out all my loss. You saw all of me, the best of me, the worst of me, and you embraced me entirely. Our connection is unlike anything I've ever seen. It fills my soul and inspires me. Every lyric and every note of every song is about you and the love that we share together. Because everything that I've learned about love is because of you.
Good evening, everyone. How are we doing? We're doing good? Well, you've asked for it. And thanks to Klexicon and two incredible performers who are about to come out right now. On the stage, I do have to specify, we have brought Teriah. That's right. Oh, yeah. So if you are young and you are restless, you will recognize these two actors. First, to my right, two-time Emmy Award-winning performer and the love of my life, Cameron Grimes. Hey, baby.
That was such a good introduction.
Right? Emotional and everything.
Amazing.
And we are so excited to have joining us the televised love of your life.
Yes.
Miss Cait Fairbanks. Cait, come on out.
Woo!
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Yell. Hello. Oh. Wait, is it okay? There we go.
Did we get it?
No.
Yes? No?
Is it on?
No, there should be a button. Is there a button?
Is there a button?
Oh.
There we go.
Look at that.
There you go.
Hey.
Buttons, am I right?
I'm an
well-
actor, not a genius.
Hey, girls. How we doing?
Doing good. This is fun.
Great,
you know?
yeah.
We do like Y&R fan events, but like it's cool cool for it to be all about us.
Yes.
And I feel incredibly pulled in two different directions.
It's kind of crazy, right?
This is who else gets to have this experience? I don't know.
Well, so I'm gonna, if you don't mind, collectively, I'll refer to you both as girls, but you know, take the question, whoever wants to, Cameron or Cait. So, Young and the Restless is moving on to its 50th year. It's in its 50th year in television. Which might mean in another 50 years it just becomes The Restless. But as far as the future goes for this show, what is it that you hope that in your time portraying these characters is still left to be accomplished? And I'm starting with a heavy question because I want to make sure that we've got time for your questions, and I know there's many. So I'm going to ask you, what is it that you're going to hope?
There better be.
You start writing them. What is it that you hope to accomplish, or a story for these two characters that is still left to be told? I know.
I mean, there's so much, like as a couple and individually, I feel like there's so much left.
I mean, I think that's the beautiful thing about the soap opera and that specific genre is you're watching the everyday lives of these characters. So obviously it's going to play out like a million other relationships do. And I think there's goals and dreams to accomplish, there's obstacles to face, and watching, their love grow or them have conflict, I think it just normalizes the relationship even more and just makes it like, hey, this is just one of the couples on the show.
Yeah, totally.
I think it'd be weird if I was like, I hope they break up. Like,
Yeah.
like
I'd be like, okay, well.
Oh, wow.
And Kate and I always say this, but it's like, at the end of the day, like, this is a soap opera.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Wait,
we want to be, we want storylines, and I think there's a lot of other great stories to tell other than like cheating or like this and that. But at the same time, like, it's a soap opera. Like,
Yeah.
you have to be interesting, So while it's amazing to celebrate the highs,
Yeah.
there's got to be some lows.
Totally. Yeah. And Tessa doesn't have any parents, so that would be cool to have just like a family. But like also there's so much for the couple, there's so much for your character, there's so much for my character. It's a soap opera. It's complete. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Well, so, we were talking about the highs and lows, and
Yeah.
weirdly, I did plan this. There's a wedding taking place right across the hall from us.
There is.
So if everyone wants to get up, we're going to crash it together.
No, it's been interesting seeing like the wedding guests intermingled with like the Klexicon.
wow, people
It's
really
like, wow,
dress
this
up
is
for
very
this
different.
con.
Yeah, this is very different.
Well, and Love, you've told me a lot I've learned so much about the way soap operas are made and how storylines work. I'm someone that came to become a fan of the work thanks to you and getting to know both of you and what amazing work you do. I want to ask you a question about the wedding. So obviously Teriah's wedding happened this year. That was, let's hope, the first of many.
Yes.
Yes. I know. I can't wait for our second
Kyle and
wedding.
Summer get married every 2 weeks.
Yeah, what is
like,
that about?
Why can't we?
Come on.
So for obviously that was monumental for so many reasons. Obviously fans watching at home and fans who've been wanting to see these characters have a happy ending, again with the soap opera stipulation of it is a soap opera. But now we're in happy ending. We're in the happily ever after for now. Thinking back to the happiest day of your life on television.
I was like, well, I was at Disney World. I was 6 years old.
I was like, that's a good question. But
Were there any moments where I feel like lines do get blurred, right? Because, we were talking earlier about how you had someone who was actually an ordained minister officiating the wedding.
yeah, who had officiated a wedding before? So, at a certain point, Kate and I looked at each other. We were like,
Are we married?
wait, did we actually, like, what are the rules when it comes
Should
to
we
this?
tell our
'Cause we
boyfriends
did
that we're
everything, like, oh, I think we need to call Brock and Jay. And like, oh, babe, I'm sorry, but
But I think I'm in the unique position too, where obviously, like, I'm getting to interview both of you, and this is, you're my real life partner.
Yeah.
We're going to be getting married in real life.
yeah.
But now that you've had this wedding experience, were there moments where, because the reactions were really incredibly realistic. I mean, I thought you
Yeah,
you both have had so much emotion, and it's so easy to fall into the commentary on soap operas that, well, they cry at everything. But the technicality in which it really felt like you both were so in the moment. Are there any moments from that wedding, from that shoot, that stick out to each of you?
I mean, I think we're both probably gonna say the vows.
The vows. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, I feel like we kind of approached the day the same, which it was like, okay, we know this is going to be a long day, so just like take each moment as it comes. And in doing so, and I had never had a soap wedding, and you had never had a soap wedding, and so this was just an entirely new experience. Like, we've been guests at many of them, but it's, it was like, okay, we're just going to take this all in. And I think accidentally in doing so, like, we didn't rehearse our stuff, we didn't run our stuff. We both kind of like separately, I think, maybe came to the decision that like we're gonna. That was one take, by the way. Those vows, it was one take, and I'm so glad that it was.
Oh my God, if we did those again.
Yeah, we sunk into that moment so authentically and so genuinely that like those reactions were real. We were just like that overwhelm and that like that appreciation. And as I was saying the words, they really like, I know this is gonna sound weird, but like they really were.
Like, what are you gonna say?
It was. I was thinking back, and I was appreciating having you as a scene partner and you as a friend, and so it was like that's the emotion that came up, and it was real. It was
Totally
real.
Yeah, I think we've been working together for longer than any real relationship I've ever had in my life. So that also helped. I was like, oh my God, we've known each other for so long.
Yeah.
Like, you've seen me go through so much that, like, I don't know. I think we also benefit from both have done musical theater.
Yeah.
Right.
And musical theater is and actors in general, like, there's this really intense camaraderie that you get. So like every closing night, everyone's crying.
Yeah.
You write little cards. And they're like, I'm gonna be friends with you forever. And then you're just like, I am never gonna see you again.
I'm not
But
seeing
like
you
the
ever
emotions
again.
are really real, and like we work together all the time. We've both been through so many ups and downs that it's just like it was so easy to trust. Like, I think the biggest thing, I'm speaking for you, but the biggest thing that we have is like trust for each other in scenes. So like I was like, I don't even need to prepare.
Yeah, there was no preparation. There was no rehearsing. There was
'cause
no.
It's like I just knew it was gonna be easy. That was
And-
gonna be the easiest part of the day, and not
it really
because. And it really was the easiest part of the day, because also like we get the benefit of not having cameras like right here, because since it's multicam, like there's cameras far. So it doesn't take away from the moment when it's just you and I. There's no It's not like I'm speaking into a camera. I'm speaking to you. And I think also one of the directors came up to me. There was a line in one of the vows that says something about it was something to do with partners for life or something like that. And he was just like, this is a sacred thing you're doing. And then I was just like, whoa. Yeah. And then immediately I was like, all right, here we go. Waterworks.
And luckily they did it first thing in the day.
Yes. Oh
so
my God, if that was at
we
the
had
end
a
of the
lot
day, after like 17 hours, like in heels.
Yeah,
I would've
no,
been like,
it would have been a completely different situation if I was like,
it would have been so
I,
manic.
I love you. Like,
I will cherish you for life.
no, you would have been like that stuff. There's like brightness in my eyes. At the end of the day, you would have been dead. Like it would have been so. I would have actually been concerned and like voice concerned. Like, can we not do this at the end
Shoes
of
would
the
have been
day?
off. 100%.
Oh yeah, my hair would have, my like mascara would have been like
Oh my
down
God.
my face.
I had these like crazy horns from the headpiece because I was wearing moleskin on my. So when I took it off, I had like 2 extra eyes on my forehead.
Well, okay, so in the way that this shoot, I'm sure, was exhausting, I know that there were some things you got and captured in the moment. You do have the benefit of, even though your wedding was a blur, you can watch it again and again, and streaming now on Paramount Plus.
Plug there,
Yeah,
baby.
isn't that good? Oh, look, a check. No. But but let me ask you: is there something from that wedding, the TV wedding, that you were like, just as an individual, that maybe
Jumpsuits.
someday wants to get married, and one who's very close to getting married? Yeah. Did you go? Oh, I'm gonna bookmark that. Like either something the production design did, or something that you were like, as a dress rehearsal for your real wedding. Did the shoot make you go, oh, I'm going to do that, or I'm absolutely not doing that?
She was like, I'm not getting married anymore.
I mean,
That's an answer.
honestly, I'd have food. Like, I'd have food
we did
for
not
my
have
guest.
we had there was cookies that had flowers on them that we're not allowed to eat. I was like, are those edible? And he was like, no.
Don't
I was
do
like,
it.
well, shit. We did have cake.
We did.
That was a real cake.
That
That was a real
didn't
cake?
eat.
We did not eat it.
What happened? What happens to the prop food? Now I'm just wondering.
It totally depends.
You're
Because if
gonna
it's
get
good,
me. Yeah.
we're taking it.
You're gonna get me down a road with that one because I have a huge issue with food waste, and I really would like to see this rectified in television and movies. Like, find a way to not just fucking waste a shit ton of food.
So much.
Like, there's got to be a way to figure this out so we can donate the food and get it to people.
There's always
there has
two
to be
cakes.
a way.
There's two cakes. There's the prop cake, and then there's the cake they order for us to eat.
And I just watch it go by, and I watch things get taken away, and I'm just like, oh my God, I know that's going straight in the trash.
Wouldn't that weird you out more though? Like, because you do shoot at CBS. Would it be weird to see the wedding cake on? Like, yeah, all of a sudden, oh, there we go. Every time I say it, you shoot at the CBS lot. And if you suddenly saw the wedding cake in the Big Brother house, just casually, it probably would take you out of it. You'd be like,
you know what? That's a completely different studio. That's highly
my wedding
impractical,
cake.
Brock. No, I think it was only, in that it's like a fake wedding. I mean, I really appreciate it. By the way, the set decorators did such a beautiful job.
Oh yeah, it was crazy.
the colors and it was the most eclectic wedding I've seen them do on the show.
Yeah.
Most of the weddings are very formal and serious and sterile, and this was just so fun, and that's exactly what I want for our wedding. I want our wedding to feel like a
Sterile.
good.
you saw that, right? Are you taking
freaking
notes for
Best
us?
thing to say after
What?
complimenting the set director. They're mostly sterile.
No, I mean
He was like, oh my God, thank you. Oh, okay, well, fuck.
no, they're beautiful, but I guess I just mean they're more.
No, I know what you mean. And I
They're
agree,
more
yeah.
formal, and they're more.
There we go. Formal's better.
And this was just fun.
No, it's funny.
If
You're not watching this?
If I had a full wedding, and so it was it was great. It was kind of sterile.
It's kind of sterile.
Like a real life wedding.
Probably post me getting COVID, I probably meant a different word.
No,
But,
steril's in the post-pandemic world or mid-pandemic world.
That's a good thing.
Steril's good. We like sterile.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe a wedding that's sterile should be on General Hospital. I'm thinking. There's a lot of doctors.
That's funny.
Thank you so much.
That's
Thank
funny.
you. Also, the love of my life doesn't laugh at my jokes. I get that's funny.
But I do that with everybody.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
but it does feel,
I
it does
don't
feel a little
laugh.
like James Cromwell and
I go,
Babe.
that's funny.
There's that episode of Scrubs too, where he gets really triggered by Mandy Moore, right?
Yes.
And she always says, "Oh, that's so funny." He's like,
No, but that's for me. If you do something extremely funny, I go, that's
so
funny.
funny.
Because it's like an appreciation. I'm be like I don't just bombastically laugh.
Let's not dissect
wait,
the fact that that's often
what was
accompanied
his
by
question?
shock.
They're talking about what would you take away
from the wedding?
So I liked that it was fun.
Mm-hmm.
I probably would not have my guests dancing for 12 hours straight though. I would
dance until you die.
I would have flats for them to put on at some point. That's what I would do.
No one
What
said
about
anything about the camera crew yet. You would have
you? Yes. Would have a
25
full-
union
full camera
gaffers
crew.
just standing
So
around.
food, I guess.
Yeah.
Dancing, I guess. What else? I mean, you know what I really loved about our wedding was our chairs.
Oh, that we got to. That was.
We had actually had really comfortable chairs.
So you could sit in these low. It was awesome.
yeah, it was really nice. That was my favorite. Well, besides the wedding,
Yeah.
obviously, those
Besides
chairs were
marrying
really
the
nice.
love of your life.
Yeah, those chairs were really nice.
The chairs were great. Sitting.
It was nice to be the bride and bride.
Yeah,
that
it was all about us.
Because we didn't have to lift
That was amazing.
a damn finger.
Yeah.
It
Like,
was
we got
so
lunch
nice.
delivered
that
to
never
us?
happened. No. Yeah.
I mean, that's because we were working
like,
during
do you
our
need
lunch.
anything?
Like,
and I was
we
like,
didn't
do
get
I
to
need
leave.
anything? Yeah.
We had to take photos and do press, but we got lunch delivered.
To
It
be
was
fair,
great.
I do hear that it often you don't get to eat at your own wedding, is what I'm told.
Oh,
right?
really? I mean, I haven't had one yet, so.
We'll let you know.
That will
Send your
not be
postcard.
happening at our. Like,
Yeah,
I
I'll say I don't think
refuse
that.
to let that happen because I hear it so often. So
Wow.
no.
That sucks.
Okay, so just to pivot real quick.
Yeah.
We're talking about a soap opera, so let's get to the singing.
The
Kate,
singing?
The singing.
Oh.
You obviously, my question is for both of you.
We're going to sing a song right now.
You're going to sing a song. Kate, let's bring out.
And here we go.
Come on. Kate, you're obviously an incredible singer and a songwriter.
Thank you.
I love that you've brought your musicality to this character and that you've made Tessa your own.
Thank you.
I want you don't have to use that answer if you don't want to, but what is it in addition to your musical skills and babe, obviously so many things, your humor and who you are. What is it that you are, well, you don't sing in public, so that's
Never. I
She
know I
also
don't.
has a beautiful voice.
what your personal gifts and personality traits in these characters? What have you brought that you feel another performer may not have brought?
Ooh, interesting. Okay. Well,
Thank you.
Yeah, that was a great question. Cha-ching. Interesting. Okay. Well, with the music stuff, it was a part of my audition. They were like, "Can you play an instrument?" I was like, "Can I? Barely. I can play two, barely." So my guitar string broke actually during my audition, which was really cool. So then I had to play piano, but luckily I had learned like one song on piano.
Wow.
And I was like, I actually do write. So I played the song, and it went okay because I had barely learned it. I was like, honestly, I only know original songs. Like I only write. Like I don't really rehearse covers. Now I think that's great. I just don't do that. And so I was like, oh shoot, this is the worst time not to have a cover just prepared.
Right.
So they were like, you can do an original song. I was like, oh. Amazing. Okay. So I did the original song, and then the music supervisor of the show was just like, hey, so you write? And I was like, yeah. He was like, well, I think it'd be really cool if you wrote sometimes with me for the show, or if you have some stuff. And I was like, do I? I was like, I have so much stuff. And so then it just became a part of the character, and I think like I had the benefit of playing the character, so I got to see it from a different perspective. And then also like I got to know the other characters too. Like so at Nikki's when she had her.
What was it? It was a gala something?
Yeah, it was a gala for her MS.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And that song was about the relationship I had built with her. Like she was like taking care of me. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna write this for Nikki. And so it's like every time I've gotten a chance to write for the show, it's been through the perspective of the character, which is really cool. And it's of course like my own stuff's gonna bleed into it because like I only have 2 eye holes and 1 brain, so but I think I know it's pretty crazy. Actors only have 1 brain.
Oh my God.
Barely 1 brain, let's be
Thought it
real.
was like a cow where there's 2.
I have strings above me at
It's
all
like
times.
stomachs.
So yeah, of course my own perspective is going to bleed into it, but that's just like with any character too.
Sure.
Like so I think that of course like myself's going to bleed into it. Like I'm like, oh, someone says hi, like of course I'm going to have to make it creative. I'm like, hi, like I don't know. So that kind of ended up being a part of the character because also like there's so much dialogue. So you want to prep as much as you can, but some days you're just like, okay, I'm just going to have to go with my gut instinct on this one. Here we go. And your own self's going to kind of bleed in. And I think that became more and more a part of the character. I think I did make the mistake of, I was really obsessed with trying to add like big words into my like conversations. And when I was with the writer, the head writer, I'd be like, oh, wow, I just said a really big word. That was cool. But then they started leaking into the script. And I was like, okay, I'm going to have to be dumber in front of him. I was like, I don't know how to say any of this.
That's hilarious.
So don't show off in front of your boss.
Don't show off.
Minimal effort.
I mean, mine is kind of similar, and you touched on it. I think when I came back to the show, it was very, very clear that once we got through the story of Mariah exists and it's Cassie's twin, once we got over all of that, they were like, and what do we do with her now? Like, what is she? We don't know. Like, now that that's done, like, what do we do? And so there was a lot of, like, I could sense them putting me here and then putting me there and then seeing how I did and seeing. And once they put me with Greg, who kind of, he went from a bad guy to, like, now he's just this, like, lovable, like, goofball, which is just shows you the progression on soaps. A lot of my natural, comedy started, like, coming out, and then I would just notice over time that the writers more and more were, like, writing me to be funny and writing situations that were funny and I had never done comedy before. I liked being funny. Like, I hoped that I was funny, but I had never done it professionally. And so I was like, oh, okay, they're all right. And they started kind of writing in my awkwardness and how I deliver things and so yeah, they take from you, and I think that's something that I just naturally did, and then they infused it into the character, the wit or the not to say that I'm witty.
Well, I think it also...
Come on, you can protest there. No, I'm kidding.
It also speaks to the range and the longevity of what an actor brings to a character when, obviously storylines change and. The amazing thing about Young and the Restless is how many. I was astounded when I came in as a new fan of Young and the Restless that there are so many cast members, there are so many characters, and the way the storylines are divided and it's well beyond, especially having run for 50 years, you're well beyond archetypes of the nosy maid and it's so layered and it's amazing.
We still have one of those.
By the
way.
Here's my favorite character. One of my favorite characters.
There we go.
But I will say, so we have about 5 minutes before questions start. So if you haven't thought a question, start percolating about 5 minutes.
Percolating,
yeah. What did I say? That's one of those big words I would use to get.
Big word.
Percolating is what coffee makers do. Anyhow, neither here nor there. So, right now there's a really amazing thing happening in soap operas in general, where, for example, Days of Our Lives has started to do a spin-off show Beyond Salem.
I love this subject.
So my question is, if Tessa and Mariah got a spin-off, which I'm sure fans would probably love.
It would be
if you were to have your own spin-off.
That's really sweet.
It'd be just like us watching TV a lot and fighting
Probably.
What would you call it, or what would it be about? Either
what
or.
would I call it? Oh, I think Mariah and Tessa.
I mean,
like,
I'm supposed
could
to be a
solve
pop star.
a crime.
Oh, we should solve a crime. I was gonna
think
say
we
I'm
should
like a
solve-
pop star and
Sisters?
you're like a huge marketing firm, like boss lady. But I like solving a crime better.
Like, I think like something happens and they have to go off on an adventure, and because we're true crime, like, obsessed and enthusiasts, and so I feel like that'd be really cool for us to
That would
be
be
like,
so
we solve a crime,
fun.
solve a murder.
A moida.
I would love to solve a
A
murder.
moida.
I'm gonna solve a moida.
Solve a moida.
Yeah, I would love that. I'm just gonna say the same thing because
Yeah.
that's amazing.
great.
I would love that.
I think it'd be fun.
Or like a haunted house.
Oh,
We have to
yes.
perform an exorcism.
Okay, that just went. I love it. But there's so much potential and there's so many like great ideas. Obviously, like with Tessa's music career, you could tour. And that could be like, does Mariah become the manager or the roadie or fly? But my last question for you: if you could decide how your character, it's a soap opera, anything can happen. If you could decide how your character died.
Oh, see, here was the thing.
I already have.
It's a new character.
Wait, this can be fun
There's
because
a new
anyone can come
character.
back to life. How many times has Adam died? How many times?
Retract.
Just
Turn
because
around.
we're dead
I'm
doesn't mean
going
that
for
it's
it.
the end.
You mean turn
I
around?
wanted like a red wedding situation.
Yes. Okay. Good.
Totally.
But not at our wedding. It's
The
someone else's
wedding's already
wedding.
happened. We can't kill them
And
at
I'm
the
like,
wedding because
no.
they survived.
I had a
Right?
I had a
But I'm gonna come back to life, obviously.
Yeah. I mean,
with
I
like
did.
maybe with like a different
a happy
haircut.
question at
I'm
the
like,
end, I
I
promise.
didn't die.
I had a boyfriend who, because I had done a lot of guest stars, and for a long time, I had only died in things. Like, in guest stars, like, I've died, like, 6 or 7
I've
times.
never died. I don't
in
want
crazy,
to.
and, like, one was a plane crash, and
Right.
one I died playing tennis, and one I, like, what? So I had a boyfriend who used to say, like...
You didn't die in Magic Mike. I watched.
No, I didn't. I think that was, like, my departure. He used to be like, I want you to get mauled by a tiger. And I was like, I'd co-sign that.
Yeah, that's-
babe. I'd like mauled by a tiger. That sets up weird scenarios in which I would be around and in the proximity of a tiger, but I can get on board with that.
Yeah, let's say you're at the zoo and the tiger gets out.
Yeah.
See?
Totally.
And you're like, I'm gonna save everybody.
Maybe
But then
we
the
buy
tiger's
a
like,
zoo,
Oh,
and that's
the
our
spin-off.
side story, and
There
then
you go.
I get mauled by a tiger.
And someone gets murdered also.
But then I survive.
You survive. And you're
And then
the
I
murderer?
become one with the tiger,
See,
and then
this
we have
is
a
season
pet
1 of the
tiger.
spinoff. There you go.
We've written it.
Yep.
And
Cash
then we
in the
have a
check.
wedding at the zoo.
And
At
the
the zoo.
tiger
And then
is
I
the
die.
officiant.
I die.
This is chaos.
The tiger's actually Michael Miller.
The
Wow.
tiger is Michael Miller. The tiger becomes sentient, and his voice.
Like, I also
See?
would officiate this wedding.
Now you're all into it. See, you started to poo-poo it. I'm just kidding. But they can't. So the problem
no,
is
it's
you
just giggles.
contractually cannot
Giggles.
kill Cameron's character twice because then you become.
Yeah. Don't say that.
I'm saying, let me finish it, because
again,
you
we
become
would
the Sean
come
Bean of
back.
soap operas. That's a big issue. So.
Forgive me.
Would it be cheating if, like, Tessa fell in love with your twin?
Right. There you go. Triplet. Then let's
the
go ahead
dead one?
and start.
But if you're still alive, technically.
Now that this is
Okay.
totally off the rails,
You
before
got
the
another
tiger
woman.
comes to
Okay,
officiate
sorry.
this,
It's time.
we have a mic. Who has a question?
we
Right there
get
in the
right
center.
over there.
What's
Sorry
your
for
name? Shout your name out.
Oh my God, I'm
What's
dying.
your name? Oh, you can't talk.
We got it. We got a mic.
It's okay.
There's a mic coming.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Tay. Love you both. So as far as Teriah, I feel like, I don't know if you'll be able to answer this. You guys went through a lot in the beginning, and then finally you're married, and now it seems like you're on this cloud. Are we gonna get hit in the face soon? Like, I would like to prepare
that's
for it if we
complicated.
are.
That's complicated.
No, I think you can expect to like to ride
No one's gonna
that
hit anyone.
way. Yeah, we don't condone physical violence.
Unless
Unless
someone like touches my dog.
okay. I think they're gonna let you guys ride the wave of happiness for a little bit. Like, they're not just gonna be like, haha, like pull the rug out from under you. I'm sure it's coming. I'm sure struggles are coming. But
Yeah.
as of right now, it's smooth sailing so
Smooth
far.
sailing. And we, as actors, love to yell at each other.
It's so fun.
It's really fun.
It's-
But
yeah.
obviously, we want the couple to stay together. So if we have little fights here and there, I think we're ready. We like fighting.
the harder stuff
But we
is
like
the
we like the
happiness.
resolution
Happy
of
stuff.
the after the fight. Like,
Yeah.
that's great too. Like, it's all great. But yeah, it's exciting to fight.
Yeah. I'm not a big fight. No, those are so fun.
It was
They're-
so the best part was when I got to yell at you.
Yeah, because
That
I did
was
a lot
really
of yelling in the
fun.
beginning.
Yeah, you did a lot of yelling first.
I did. You did a lot.
I did a lot.
You did a lot to deserve the yelling.
Yeah, I did a lot.
But guess what? I
I
still
miss that.
stayed.
I know it's crazy.
I stuck
I
around.
know it's true, but I was loyal, so.
No, Mariah. No,
Cheating
Mariah
is
totally
worse than
fucked up. That's-
blackmailing, okay?
Like, I fully admit it. I'm sorry. I
we go.
I apologize.
Finally.
I
I
did
never
that
actually
thing.
got
I
it.
don't write it. Come on.
That was a great question. Thank you so
thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
Do we have another question? Yeah, right there. What's your name and what's your question?
My name is. Oh, that was loud. My name is Brandon. I was wondering when Tessa's gonna sing again because her voice is a little out
know?
for a moment.
I don't know. I hope soon. I love singing for the show, and I love being able to write for the show too. It's really fun. So I really hope soon, obviously, but I don't know. I don't quite know yet.
And
Right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and I know Kate, you prepared a number, so come on out. It's a full band. That was a great question. Do we have
it's a
another
tiger.
question? Yeah, over here. Yeah.
I don't know why that
We're running.
so
Just,
much.
let us your
Like,
name
it's a
and
tiger.
tell us your name and your question.
Hi, my name's Melissa.
Hi.
I was wondering, what have you learned about yourself through your characters, or is there something about your characters that you would like to take for yourself?
Great
That
question.
I'm gay. Think I would have caught on earlier. That was for, I mean, it's real, but it was for comedy. That moment, the delivery. So you go ahead.
Oh, no, you can go. I don't know. I had to think about that. Well, yeah, the thing is like, I was like, okay, so don't blackmail people. That's really bad. Yeah, I think honestly the biggest thing I've learned from Tess is just like be honest, even when it's uncomfortable. Honestly, because like a lot of our fights were because of that. Even if it totally, I was like, my sister was like kidnapped. And I was like, why didn't I just tell you that?
Yeah.
There was moments like that while I read the script, and I'm like, why don't I just tell her though? Because it would be so much easier. Okay, well,
Yeah.
I'll make it more complicated. So yeah, I think honestly that was the biggest takeaway for me. I was like, be honest. It's so much harder. It's just then you have to follow your own lies, and it's exhausting.
I like
yeah.
I like watching two flawed people persevere and make each other better
Oh, that's a
despite
better
their
answer.
flaws. Like that to me is, because that to me is indicative of probably a lot of relationships out there, is that you come into it with like all of this stuff, and like you have to compromise those things, and you have to work together, and you have to, most importantly, like commit to each other every day and make the choice to stay and make the choice to, when it'd probably just be easier to leave. Now, this is not me saying get into a toxic, like recognize if it's toxic or not. There were some toxic things here, but like, they saw that like it wasn't who they were as people. It was products of traumas, and I loved seeing that. I loved, and to see them just grow and blossom because of their relationship.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
That was great. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Thank you.
That was a great question. Thank you, Melissa. Do we have time probably for 3 more questions?
Well,
I'll try to get through. We've got 10
We'll
minutes.
we'll
do
try
our
not
very
to
best
talk
to get through
so
them all.
much. I
Yeah.
talk
So
quite a bit.
right over here. Yeah.
Is there going to be a baby for Teriah soon?
We hope.
We've talked a lot about it on the show, and we
Yeah.
still keep talking about it, but I personally haven't gotten an answer.
Yeah, me neither.
On that one. I think they're still figuring out what to do and when to do it, and like
I feel like we give all the secrets away. We're like,
Yeah.
they don't know.
yeah, no, like we actually
We don't know. They don't know.
like especially post COVID.
Yeah, no, it so depends on who's even being able to work. Like, so many people have gotten COVID lately, too. It's just like, it's so random. But we hope soon. That would be great. I get very nervous around babies, so I
I'm
hope.
the opposite.
I'd be like,
I'm like, give me
exactly.
the baby.
I'm like, you can hold it.
I want to see the child. Like,
Before we go on to the next question, we will in just 1 second. I do think it's a good opportunity to just say the lengths that these two and the entire cast of Young and the Restless have gone to continue working through COVID, and just to shout that out and give them an applause, because to be making television and telling stories that have to do with so much tragedy and potential trauma and happiness and joy during a time in all of our lives that we're all going through a collective trauma, and then doing it for work, holy shit. Yeah. And what an amazing job you two have done. And I tell Cameron every day, and one of the reasons that we're all here and they're here is because I was like, the difference that you, the fans, make in their lives, and the difference that going out the door every day to the job and telling stories that touch your lives, that's the exchange. And that's a really cool thing. So thank you so much for being here today and being a part of this.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Truly. And your question.
Hi. Will we be seeing Cameryn in a Genesee music video anytime soon?
we have talked about that.
It's true.
We have talked about that so many times.
There's no new music, so probably not. But
Probably not. But
maybe
it's
in the
not
future.
off the table.
Well, no, of
for
course
future,
not.
you know.
But yeah, no, I'm kind of working on a different music project right now. So yeah, I'm kind of starting from square one with music, but it's exciting for me.
But I want to be.
But yeah,
I would love to
definitely.
be.
I mean, of course, yeah.
I've never done a music video.
I'll make sure she gets mauled by a tiger.
The Zoo music
We
video.
will have a specific reference to this panel hidden in the video.
I have a
song
feeling-
It will
is
be a
called
tiger. or
Tiger?
something. I can't believe it.
I have a
The
feeling.
song
I'm
is called Ow Tiger.
Ow, Tiger.
Oh, tiger.
I have a feeling it's going to be me mauled by the tiger after asking that question. So.
Yeah.
Not so much a question. My name's Brianna. I'm sure you hear it a lot, but I really just wanted to say thank you for bringing this representation to us. It's not often that you get to see yourself on TV, and let alone that, it's different when you have it once a week, and then you have to wait a whole nother year for another season. It's different to have it every day. And it's so amazing and inspiring, and for even someone who is up and coming in acting, to see that and to know that you can be yourself and it's okay, it's phenomenal. So thank you.
Wow, thank you so much.
Yeah, that made me emotional.
That was really beautiful. Thank you.
I know. I'm sorry.
I don't cry on cue. That is real.
Tearing up.
No, that was
The
beautiful.
tiger in that comment really got me.
Wow.
Full
No,
tear
that
just
was
rolled down my cheek.
That was really special. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. We get trapped in our fluorescent light box sometimes.
Yeah.
So it's really
Oh.
important to hear that. Thank you.
It helps us, get up at 5 in the morning and drive to work,
Yeah.
on days where you just don't want to.
Yeah. It's true. Thank you.
To piggyback off of that, I just wanted to let you know that a lot of your fans on Twitter are chiming in.
Yeah.
And there are people around the world who have either gotten up early or stayed up late so that they could watch this live right now. So if you wanted to just say hi.
Well, hi,
Thank
guys.
you.
Thank you so much. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
That's
hi,
really
everybody.
lovely. Hello.
I'd love
Good
to hear
morning.
where the
Good night.
farthest person is
Get some
from.
sleep. You go have a great day.
So if you guys follow, you're not on Twitter, but I'm on Twitter. If you're watching this and you think that you're tuning in from the farthest
Yeah.
Yeah.
place, you can go on my Twitter and I'll make sure to like everybody's and then see who was the farthest. Who's the farthest?
What do they win?
A tiger.
Oh boy.
Whoever's the farthest.
I will go to Disney. I'll go to the Wide World of Disney store and buy a plush tiger and I'll ship it to you.
Do
We
you really
probably
want
have-
the stiff ones that are just
Exactly.
We probably have time for one more question, so this will be our final question. I think is going to be our last one. What's your name and what's your question?
My name is Corey. So I guess this question is for the both of you. How excited were you when Tessa had surgery and you didn't have any lines and you got to say everything?
I was extremely jealous.
How honest.
Extremely.
How honest to be. No, it was weird, honestly, because I love talking. So I was kind of bummed. But it was fun because, honestly, the worst part about it, the best part was not having to memorize anything. But the phone thing, that was actually kind of hard to time because I was supposed to pretend to type and then I pressed on a thing. So I would be typing
And then your thumb would
and
hit
it's this is a really long line. And I'd be like, that doesn't make any sense. I typed for 2 seconds. If you see me text, it's like this. It takes me forever because I'm really bad with my phone. I have it here, but just in case if anything goes wrong with my dog, but that's it. I just don't know how to use it very well. I'm 80, so trying to use this prop phone, I was like, oh fuck.
And then we kept making fun of the I feel like ever since then
You
you
do the
do the
voice really
robot voice
Hi.
hi what is it I think that you should and I started to do the robot voice that I do for voiceover, and then Kate was like, I'm doing that. And so now
all right.
now we're way past that, but
Wow.
she'll be like, wow, this is exciting.
So yeah,
I can't tell you how many times I have to do that for voiceover auditions.
it was mind bending in a different way. It was nice not to memorize, but then I was like, now? Oh, it didn't work. Okay. starting the whole scene over again. But yeah, it was fun. It did make me laugh because like I got to also type things in it to myself.
Yeah.
I was like, help, please help me.
Please help me.
Help.
I'm being locked in a closet. Like,
Well,
what a weird way
no,
to
I love
end
it. What a
this.
way to
This
close
is
it out.
the
So
end.
we're out of time. I want to make sure that before we say goodbye, I just again thank all the Teriah fans and everyone
Thank
here
you
at
guys
Thank
so
you
much
guys.
for
Everyone-
showing up. And thank you. This has been
everyone watching at home and all the amazing Teriah fans
Yeah.
who have made all of us feel so welcome, and Sherry and Connie and all these amazing people who are probably tweeting at us right now.
Yeah.
We appreciate you. I want to give you both the final word. What would you like to say to everybody?
Well, for everybody that's here, we're going back to the floor room like now to sign stuff and do pictures. So please follow us there. If you would
Follow
like
us
that.
home.
If not, if you just want to go home and have a piece of pizza, I'm okay with that too.
That sounds good. Pizza.
Thank you guys so much. It's been an amazing experience being here today after 2.5 years of not being able to have in-person events. So this is incredibly invigorating, and we appreciate you guys so much.
That was beautiful.
Yeah,
I reiterate.
there
said.
really is no Teriah without your guys' support and involvement. So,
Ladies and gentlemen,
Thank
Cait
you.
Fairbanks, Cameron Grimes, Teriah.
Jumpsuit.
Thank you guys.